Ever wonder why almost every premium thin and light laptop, the really sleek ones, maybe even high-performance gaming rigs, seems to rock an Intel chip inside? Despite all the buzz around AMD's Ryzen processors being powerhouses, I definitely noticed this. And after digging around and talking to people in the know, I've pieced together why Intel still has such a stranglehold, especially on those top-tier machines. And trust me, it's not changing overnight. First off, let's talk pure brand power and market share. Intel still commands something like 75% of the laptop CPU market. That's huge. 3 out of every 4 laptops. Even though we tech enthusiasts hear constantly about how great the new Ryzen chips are, awesome performance, good battery life, solid thermals, Intel's brand recognition is just on another level. Remember the Intel Inside stickers, that iconic jingle? They've spent decades building that trust. For the average person shopping for a laptop, that familiar name often wins out over spec sheets. It's a powerful psychological edge. Think about it like the iPhone effect. Maybe other phones have better specs on paper sometimes, but people buy the iPhone because, well, it's an iPhone. Brand loyalty is incredibly powerful, and Intel built a fortress over many, many years. This isn't just a local thing either. This preference leans towards Intel globally. Intel also literally defined the premium thin and light category back in the day with the whole Ultrabook concept. They effectively set the standard and built an image around sleek, portable power. While AMD has made massive strides recently, historically they were stronger in desktops or maybe more value-focused laptops. The high-end super portable space, that was Intel's playground for a long, long time. Even Apple used them for years, which really cemented that high-end association. And then there's the whole business world. Big companies buying fleets of laptops? They often rely on features built into Intel's platform, like their vPro technology for remote management and security. Intel built relationships and established trust in the enterprise sector over years. When IT departments are buying hundreds, even thousands of machines, they often stick with what they know, integrate smoothly into their existing systems. Those large corporate orders heavily influence what manufacturers like Dell, HP, and Lenovo prioritize building and stocking. Now let's get into the really interesting stuff. The relationship between the chip makers and the companies actually building the laptops. The OEMs like HP, Dell, Asus, Lenovo, Acer. These guys operate on tight product launch schedules, especially for their flagship models. Think the premium lines like ThinkPad X series, Yoga lines, Asus ZenBooks, Acer Swifts. They need the latest chips reliably and on time to hit their market windows. And this seems to be a significant advantage for Intel. They often appear better positioned to supply the necessary volume of new chips exactly when OEMs need them for these crucial launch cycles. AMD might announce amazing tech, sometimes even around the same time, but if they struggle to get those chips into the OEM's hands in large quantities quickly enough, the manufacturers might default to Intel for their big, high-profile launches. For the OEM, it's often the safer, more predictable business decision, ensuring they have product on shelves when consumers expect it. But it goes deeper than just supply chain reliability. Intel often puts money on the table. They offer financial incentives, sometimes substantial ones, to OEMs to design and market laptops specifically around their chips. Think of it like co-op funding or R&D support to develop a specific chassis, or what the industry might call a bare bone. Sometimes, this funding comes with strings attached. Maybe that sleek new design gets Intel chips first, or maybe it's even exclusive to Intel, at least for a significant launch period. We've seen examples over the years, perhaps special branded editions, or certain high-end lines from major manufacturers launching Intel only initially. It's a direct way Intel ensures its silicon is in the most desirable new machines. Intel also often provides a more comprehensive package, not just the CPU itself, but tight integration with their own Wi-Fi modules, robust Thunderbolt support, which they largely pioneered, and highly optimized drivers. For an OEM, especially maybe smaller ones without massive R&D budgets, getting this more full-stack support bundle can make the entire development process easier, faster, and potentially cheaper compared to piecing together core components from different suppliers and ensuring they all play nice together. It simplifies things significantly. And let's not forget simple economics. There's speculation and industry talk that Intel might offer more aggressive pricing on bulk chip orders if an OEM commits to prioritizing Intel designs or even making certain models exclusive. If the laptop maker can increase their profit margins by going with Intel, that's a powerful motivator. It's just business. OEMs want to build laptops that sell well and maximize their return. They'll naturally gravitate towards partnerships that help them achieve that. Now, I absolutely have to stress this point. None of this implies that current AMD Ryzen laptop chips are inferior. Far from it. I've tested many laptops powered by recent Ryzen processors, and they offer fantastic performance, great efficiency, excellent graphics capabilities, the whole package. They are seriously competitive. What we're dissecting here are the complex market dynamics, the historical context, the established business relationships, and the marketing strategies, not just raw benchmarks of the chips today. But there's also a lingering perception issue that can't be ignored. For many years, Intel chips were generally seen as the stable, reliable, default choice for laptops, while older generations of AMD laptop chips sometimes carried a reputation, rightly or wrongly, for running hotter or having weaker battery life. That historical reputation, even if completely outdated by today's excellent Ryzen chips, can stick in the minds of average consumers who aren't following the tech specs race day by day. People often default to the brand name they know and have associated with reliability for years. It creates a bit of a chicken and egg situation, doesn't it? OEMs might hesitate to invest heavily in developing and marketing numerous high-end AMD flagships if they aren't completely sure consumers will choose them over the familiar Intel option in large enough numbers. And consumers, in turn, might stick with Intel if that's predominantly what they see showcased on store shelves or advertised, especially in those premium categories. Changing these deep-seated preferences and disrupting long-standing business relationships takes considerable time, consistent execution, and perhaps even a massive technological or marketing breakthrough from one side. Things are gradually shifting, though. AMD's market share in laptops is undeniably growing, eating into Intel's dominance bit by bit. The competition is fierce, pushing both companies to innovate rapidly, especially now with AI capabilities becoming a major battleground right on the chip itself. It's going to be absolutely fascinating to watch how this rivalry evolves in the coming years. So, that's the detailed breakdown of why Intel still holds such a prominent position, particularly in those desirable thin and light and high-performance laptop segments. It's a complex tapestry woven from decades of brand building, strategic enterprise relationships, sophisticated supply chain management, clever financial incentives for partners, and the slow-to-change inertia of consumer perception. It's a story that goes way beyond just the silicon itself.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to the latest update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.